Yeah, so look,
action.
I suppose this is the first season 1, episode 1
Yep.
of the TAPiTAG pod.
Live here
From the
in
Sherathon
the Sherathon
Athlone
Hotel.
Thanks
Thanks to Gareth
big
and
thanks to
all
all
the
the guys
staff,
here
yeah.
for having us.
Mary and Mark.
And this week marks a
Yep.
really big milestone for TAPiTAG. We are 3 years old. Would you believe it? Can you remember? Can you remember when we kicked off?
Yeah. From your bedroom.
Yeah.
It always has to be a bedroom or a garage or something like that. With a mad idea.
Rewriting history books.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's amazing. I think 3 years. It's flown by, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Like we've gone from, as you said, like starting off our first phone tag in a bedroom, now to shipping to over 62 countries. It's, oh geez, what a journey. What a journey.
Yeah, and the reason we're in obviously the Sherathon Athlone Hotel is our base is right across the road here.
Yeah, so I'm sure the guys, they probably won't see it on the camera, but I'd say just a stone's throw across the road there, we've got
our HQ.
Yeah, which is the old RTE building, bang in the centre of Athlone. So really great location. So
we produce everything there.
Everything's produced there, yeah, which is great. And I suppose today, talking, let's say, around production and our customer base, what we want to have a chat about today is around our corporate plan and a couple of our corporate customers. So I suppose for everybody listening in or whoever's watching, the millions, who's in the last 3 years, who's been your, let's say, highlight customer or highlight customers that, let's say, we've onboarded onto the corporate plan, and what's been your experience of, let's say, onboarding people onto the corporate plan? Yeah,
well, it's just like, the corporate, we do, on the business card vertical of our business. So obviously we do Google review tags and everything, like, for any company that has over, if I was doing a call with a company and they had over 5 users, I'd always show them the corporate plan, what I mean? Because it's a game changer for a company. Where they want to manage, a fleet of cards of over 5, 10, 15, 20, or whatever it might be. I think the highest number we have on the corporate plan is 1,500 users. One company, 1,500 users.
Suit supply,
and that's the suit supply guys. And it's amazing for them to manage that fleet of cards through our corporate managed system, which we're going to show people today. But listen, it's probably one of our strongest vertical areas. I think we've over 700 customers on the corporate plan. But there's a lot of highlights in there, Mark. Just locally here, AIB would be a big one. They'd be fantastic customers. UEFA, just some names that people might know out there. You know what I mean? But literally, there's loads.
But
UK.
it does. It's fun. Like every call that we have, or every let's say pitch that we do, customers are looking for that way of let's say managing their full fleet of cards from one dashboard. Being able to upload all their information, let's say, before the cards ship out. That's a key thing. I think if you remember back to a couple of years ago, there was a company, we won't mention names, but a company came on, they got, let's say, standard cards where staff can go and set them up. An intern got his card. And the intern of a Friday evening changed his title from intern to CEO of the company. So with our corporate plan, obviously what a legend that guy was, but with our corporate plan, that's fully restricted in terms of no user can make a change. It's up to the company to make the change. So we'd upload all of the info, obviously. So we'd upload all the info for all the cards before they ship. We can help out with the design aspect side of things. And then analytics, I suppose. Analytics is a big one.
I suppose it just rolling back, the beautiful thing, I suppose, with the corporate plan as well for a company, like CBRE, they've been using it a year. They were on for their renewal. And just talking to them in there, someone had left the company, So we were able to change that profile on their corporate plan to a new starter. And then obviously we shipped them out a new card for that. But it's just quite easily done. That person took that card and very, very sustainable. Rather than printing another batch of cards, you don't need to do that. And if they have no name and title on their actual
this
card.
One here you can see, actually.
Is that one with no name and title, Mark? If you had no name and title on a card, like that's a TAPiTAG one, but you could just simply reuse that card. You know what I mean? So it's very sustainable then for a whole fleet. You know?
And we do have
a lot of companies do that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think a highlight of yours, that let's say as well, who are doing that with the phone tags, be McLaren.
Yeah,
so they went with phone tags where there's no names pretty much on the phone tags.
No, they all have the disc like this.
Yeah.
And we can print whatever people want on that.
Yeah.
But that's just a generic TAPiTAG. But obviously you can allow for print on that.
Fully customizable. Yeah.
And then actual phone card one is a bigger type first. We're getting into the medium now, so it moves quite well. But again, you can allow full print on that, and that's what I like the best. You know what I mean? If I'm out and about, someone says, "What do you do?" Cool. I'll always have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'll always have it on the phone.
Yeah.
And then obviously we're moving into our next generation of products where you've got it in the wallet of the phone. You know what I mean as well, and you've got the app there as well. But in terms of medium, that's what we generally on a pitch to a company, if we're on a call with them, we'd first go over the medium, you know, and we've developed that so much, Mark, in terms of the extent of products that we have out there.
Absolutely.
That, you know, so we've got all the stuff that goes on the phone. We've got a wristband even there. We've got a keychain for your keys. And then we go into
full suite
of cards and lovely sustainable. So I suppose these two here, they're PVC cards. They'd be popular, obviously. A lot of people would go with the PVC cards. And then you've got a lovely suite of sustainable bamboo cards.
Well, we've got bamboo, we've walnut, cherry, oak, all sitting there.
You know, I think 70% of the AAB staff, they go with the bamboo cards. And that allows, I think the IDA guys have gone with the bamboo
as well. They've gone bamboo as well,
they look really, really well. Again, you allow full print on them.
Well, I think it is on the wood print cards, especially, and complemented with the corporate plan, having the colour pop off a bamboo card is it's fairly nice, isn't it? And then you've got obviously the creme de la creme of our let's say our executive metal cards, which is laser etched finish.
I mean, it's very similar, obviously, to the kind of the Revolut type cards. They're weighty, aren't they?
Yeah, they're really premium, lovely luxury finish.
They're laser etched on a laser etching machine, one at a time. So it's very, very high end type cards.
That'd be the one we literally, I think since in January we rolled out to Airbus, which is obviously Airbus in Europe and some in the States, which is obviously a massive company. They've gone with the black metal card, which is quite nice. And I think the cards really complement, let's say, how that corporate system works in terms of overviewing your analytics, seeing the connections made from all of your users. So, like in a previous life, Ivan, you would have known, like if somebody leaves a company, they usually took their paper business cards with them to a new business. You get an overview of all the connections that are made through the TAPiTAG profile.
And just so the company then they choose the medium, you know. So let's say they're going with the bamboo, and we generally would do a mock-up for them, Mark, wouldn't we? So they go, listen, we want to go with the bamboo, and we've got 50 users that we want to onboard onto that. And we'd mock up what it would look like. I mean, Mark's is atypical of what someone goes with the QR code up in the top left-hand corner, the NFC built in, the logo, TAPiTAG, then the name and title, and on the back, all our cards we put the QR code on there, and they've got NFC built in. And just so they get the mock-up done right, and then they'd send through an upload of all the users who want to go and what they want to share. So that's an Excel upload. They'd send us
all of your socials, your websites, your contact details, and I suppose the one really big piece on the corporate plan is we can create custom icons for our customers that can have a 3D tour of their hotel, their latest sales brochure, an icon that can allow people to apply for jobs. There's pretty much anything that you think. We call it. It's funny. We call it a digital business card, but it's so much more. It's really like an extension of a company. It's a sales tool. It's a marketing tool. You can generate this card or phone tag or keyring to be anything you want, really.
Exactly.
So it's really powerful.
So they would send through the upload of the staff they want on board, what they want to start. Degree on the mock-up on the type of card, and then we would produce the card, they sent out and they're preloaded, so they can distribute them to their employees. They're ready to tap, ready to go. I suppose just to show people, Mark, before we go into the the corporate managed system, because how the tap works. So basically, to show people, hover over, and it both automatically pops up with NFC, just to let people know then as well. If the NFC didn't pop up, there's a QR code.
Scan the QR code.
Every product. And that's my profile of what I wanted to share.
Geez, you're looking fairly young on that there, aren't you?
Yeah,
it's 23 years ago.
So I typically a phone number, email, website, LinkedIn, and then if someone wants to connect with me, they basically hit the save to contacts, and you've made the connection within 3 seconds. I mean, that's one of the key.
But that now does away with that. Like, how many times have you got a paper business card as an example, and you've put it in your pocket, and it's gone. It's gone. And if you want to show as well, Ivan, on the profile, the lead generation button in terms of the Connect with Me button. So a user can save your details by hitting Save My Contact, but they can also give you their details back using Connect with Me. Yeah. And that's really powerful for somebody who's generating new leads at an event or at a trade show, that somebody can fill this in. They can scroll down, hit Let's Connect, and that's it. You've got a connection. Yeah. The holder of the card gets an email straight away to say, save this contact to your phone. Yeah. But also the business gets to see that contact on the corporate managed system.
It's on the corporate managed system.
Really, really powerful. And as I said, if that person, let's say, it's great for monthly reviews that you can say, okay, you've done this amount of taps, which we can talk to you on the system. You've done this amount of taps. This is the amount of connections that you've made. How's that looking versus what's in your pipeline at the moment? Do you know what I mean?
And I suppose a key one as well, just in terms of timelines here, like, you know, we've done a call. They want to go with it. We've done a mock-up, and the uploads come through. Yeah. The cards are then distributed out. We generally 72 hours. It's shipped anywhere in the world.
Shipped with DHL.
It's done. So the timelines are very very good. And then they would then get logins when all the cards are there to the back end corporate managed system on what they can do then. That basically then leads into what we've got here.
And then we got the team down back at the office who will give a full overview or full sales training session with on the management system. But to be fair, it's very simple. Like, it's, as I always say, it passes the granny test. If my grandmother can use it, anybody can use it. So it is very simple.
Yeah, exactly.
But I suppose, look, on the corporate system, this is what you would generally see when you log in. So this is, let's say, a mock-up system for TAPiTAG that we'll just talk you through. But you can see the amount of taps, let's say, a user has done today on the dashboard.
You're in the dashboard view here.
This is the dashboard view. I've just logged in, let's say, as a company. You've got a nice feature is you've got the dark or light mode, so you can switch between both of them. I like the dark mode, easier on the eyes. But you can see the amount of taps your company has done today. So you've got 7 taps. Your total taps altogether since you've started with TAPiTAG, we're on over 16,000 there. Who your top user is, so let's say me as an example there would be our top user. Total users would be 6, total active users, which is important. If somebody hasn't tapped within 90 days, they're not seen as active. And when that renewal fee comes around, let's say that's not in there, so they wouldn't be seen as active. Total RF tags is the amount of active cards that you have. So let's say one user might have a card, a wristband.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that. That's quite popular, Mark, isn't it?
You can add multiple verticals onto one profile.
I get a lot of users who want to take the phone tag and an actual physical card. It's a lovely combo, isn't it?
Absolutely, and I think it's the key thing for any user, especially any company, is you're always ready to connect when you meet somebody. I haven't got my wallet with me, no problem.
Yeah, no, you've got it on the phone.
Here's the tag on the phone, you know. So connects with iOS, connects with Android. It's not a case that you don't have to download an app to do it. It's you can tap it, it'll load up in your web browser. You can connect straight away. So the total RF numbers is the amount of, let's say, verticals that you have assigned to one profile, and then the used RF tags. Some companies might buy 50 or 60 blank TAPiTAGs that they can hand out and upload whenever they want. You can do that too on our corporate system. So we just keep track of that then as well. The really nice thing is with our analytics, you can download, let's say, all of your users' information first off, but you can also download the analytics. So if you're coming up to a monthly check-in with one of your sales staff or your marketing staff, just download the analytics. See how many taps they've done. How have you got on this month? I see you've done this amount of taps.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Really nice way of having a really open conversation with your team.
Then you can see the taps over lifetime here, which is quite interesting because that was when we went to the show. So we were at a show, so obviously we were tapping a lot, and that's atypical of a lot of companies when they go out to shows and stuff like that, or they're at a conference and stuff and they're tipping, and then Christmas time obviously is quite quiet there, and
we just started
February. We're about to go to a show here in February, so it's going to spike up. You know what I mean? So, and then we're on the Connect with Me button around this time. We're obviously looking into there, and the Connect is down. Yeah, you can see. And then down here is quite good, and especially when you get your cards at the start. That's what I would say to companies: is you want to make sure that everyone's tapping and everyone's got their card. So I would tell them to look into here, and obviously we can see all here in TAPiTAG we're all tapping, but just go down through and make sure everyone's tapping, because they mightn't have taken their card out or got their card, and then you can actually see on the right hand side taps right now. You know what I mean? So who's tapping right here, right now? So
you can see all the different locations then as well.
Exactly. That's Alex down in Australia.
Alex is in Oz. She's tapping. Fair play to Alex. And then I suppose this is quite good as well. You can see the different vehicles that the card's being tapped on, whether it's a mobile, whether it's a laptop or desktop, or if it's tablet. You can see all that built in there. The main areas. Your dashboard is your dashboard. Look, it's a really good overview. It's quick. You can pop on. Right, here's many taps we've done. You can get an overview straight away. Where a lot of companies are going to spend their time was in user management. So I'll just show you, I'll just give you a quick look here at user management. Type in Mark. So when a company, let's say I've just got a promotion. It goes
what I get the odd time, Mark, as well is they got their cards and phone numbers wrong.
I mean, they haven't uploaded it right yet.
Yeah, so it didn't come through on the Excel upload right, and the guy's phone number or the girl's phone number is wrong. You know what I mean? And let's just show how easy it is to change it on the virtual card. I mean, that's the biggest request would be title or a phone number. So if you go,
so you got the action tab here. So you're scrolling down and you're clicking into edit. And then uploads.
We're into the virtual card here. So this is basically Mark's virtual card here that he can basically make changes with on the fly. And just you can go down, scroll down to the phone number field, and you can see that down here. And it's as easy as going to the phone number, hitting edit, and then it's hard on the.
I'm trying to do it sideways here. So So 1, 2, 3, 4. And as an example, you scroll down. Again, you can see all the fields as well that are an option to any company then as well. You click update, and that's it. Your card is up to date straight away. There's no lag time. It's a case that, let's say, if somebody needs to go and update their profile, pop on, make the change, hit update.
Phone number, title change would be a big one. If someone's got a new title,
if they're going to a trade show or an event and they want to, another beauty of this is if they want to update everybody's profile, you don't have to do it one by one. So we also
have companies that do that.
We've got you'll see the company data feature there. Pop on, upload it to everybody's profile. It's not just a single profile at a time. It's everybody's profile that will upload to. So you can, if it's a sales brochure, if you've got a new
company bulletin, is popular.
So we've got a number of companies who would go out that have their latest sales deck for their latest event. Are we going to get something printed? No, stick it on your TAPiTAG.
You can stick it on your TAPiTag.
It's on the TAPiTag. You're going out. Have you got a sales brochure? Of course we do. There you go. Download it digitally. Save it onto your phone.
No paper.
Sustainable. The other piece is we're planting a tree for every card we sell as well, which is fairly important. In terms of the one that you love.
I mean, user management. You're going to be busy in here. This is where you can make your virtual card into amazing virtual card, and we've got some amazing ones we can show you what companies do. And then I suppose the other one that's just more and more popular is in the QR. So everyone's got a unique QR code, Mark. And those QR codes can be extracted, and you can use them in presentations. You can use them on your email signatures, which we do in TAPiTAG. And or you could print them out. Well, we wouldn't. We're not into print, but
we don't.
You can if you want to print them out.
It's up to you. Again, for us as let's say from our software side of things, we want to give users access to sharing their profile as often as they want, and they want to make a new connection. How do you do it? You can do it through this medium. You can do it through a card. You can do it through a QR code. It's all there to be done extremely quickly. So
we generally, what we find is companies want to save this out of here, and they'll want to put it in their email or into a presentation. Last slide of the presentation.
Well, we've seen it. There's a couple of companies down in Australia, actually, funnily enough, and they have it in the end of their PowerPoint. Yeah. So at the end of their PowerPoint, when they're on finished doing a talk on stage, they've got the QR code up that people can just scan straight away. TAPiTAG profile loads up with access to all of the main details that they want to share. In terms of the media is going to going to be all of your custom icons. Anything that you create that's custom.
We've created loads,
tons. Like Doug and Vets as an example. They've got lots of different icons for lots of different brochures and links that they show.
Download data. You already went
download data. You're pulling all the data. You're extracting all the analytics and all the users that are there. You can pull that down. Connections.
It's the Connect with Me button.
It's Connect with Me button. All of your connections that you've made are going to be in there. I won't click into it because we've got a couple of thousand connections in there that GDPR and that, so we have to be careful. But all of your connections are in there. Company data, as I said, that's your bulk update. You can go in there, you can make a bulk update to anything that you want. And it's a really, really quick way of updating everybody's profile at once. If you change, we've had it in the last 3 years where a company would change their logo or they changed the colorways in their brand guidelines. Previously, it's 500 paper cards that you have to print for everybody again. TAPiTAG, pop on, change the profile, update it, you're good to go. And then CRM setup is an interesting one then as well. So we've linked in, let's say, with this one as an example here would be for Salesforce. So the Connect with Me button can be linked into your Salesforce or your CRM. You can link it in. It's a direct link in, and there's no more days of inputting your data again. I met Ivan at a show. Here's his title. Here's his email. That's gone.
You can do it directly from the Connect with Me button, and it goes directly into.
If you make a new connection, it flows into your CRM as a new lead.
Go up here as well.
So
that's very powerful.
Very powerful. It automates a lot of stuff that salespeople don't like doing. I used to hate having to come back from a show. You'd have 40 or 50 business cards from the day and go, right, here we go. Well, there's people downstairs going off to have some dinner or whatever. You're going doing your CRM stuff. It's not where it's at anymore. Automate it, flow straight through. With the power of TAPiTAG, we can help you do that. So, but that's the system, the general system as it is. We're constantly making updates to that system. There's a number of updates planned for Q2 and Q3 this year then as well. But I think the points that we like to push to companies who are looking at moving to a TAPiTAG based system is manage your full fleet of cards. Preload the cards before they ship. There's no work in this for you. It's just send us the back.xl. We can work within your brand guidelines, or we can design the card up for you.
And it's centrally managed.
Our corporate managed system. Through our corporate managed system. See your analytics per user. See your analytics for the whole company. See all the connections that are made. We'll give you an account manager. We've got some incredible people within our organisation who'll be able to help you and your TAPiTAG journey.
A lot of customers I've been on lately, I say, where did you hear about TAPiTAG? Someone tapped me with a tap. I mean, that's the best way we get business. And they were there like, wow, need to get one of them. You know what I mean? So it is a big wow factor at the start of a meeting if you're,
but you've seen it. You've seen it thousands of times now, but it's still 3 years in. I'm kind of going.
You're still.
Surely somebody's gonna It's still so wow. What just happened there? That's all your details. Like we were at the Wealth Summit as an example. How many times that day did we get a? Wow,
great.
That's incredible. We sold out within 3 hours.
Of our self-setup cards.
So it just goes to show you the power of, let's say, it's a technology that is really easy to use. It's really easy to manage. And as a company, if you're still ordering paper business cards for 2024, take a look at it. Take a look at it. See the cost saving you can make over the next 5 to 10 years with using a solution like TAPiTAG. Your users will love it. And you jump on board the journey with us. But look, I suppose that's an insight to what we're doing with our corporate plan. It gives anybody who's watching the video today a good insight to what we're doing
it
and
does.
how it works.
And that's Mark, an atypical pitch that we would do on a Teams call to companies all around the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the other interesting thing, you know, with the way, you know, pitching on Teams or wherever it might be, Google Meets. We've been on some amazing calls, haven't we? I mean, as far afield as Rwanda, you know, 2 weeks ago, Mexico. And basically all, you know, trying to get on the TAPiTAG journey. So it doesn't matter. We can ship anywhere with DHL. You know what I mean?
Good woman, Lisa.
Good woman, Lisa.
Yeah, she's brilliant.
And that's the other beautiful thing. We're connecting with people all around the world.
All around the world, and it's absolutely fantastic for us. So, look, that's our corporate plan. Thanks to anybody, I suppose, who's listened, and hopefully it's given you a couple of nuggets of information of what our corporate plan does. That is episode 1 complete.
Yes.
And thanks for listening.
Thank you.